Shaquille O'Neal was a popular basketball player in the 1990s and 2000s, famous for his giant size and excellent play. And just like every popular athlete at the time, he tried to take his fame into places his talent couldn't follow. Starting a rap career, an acting career, and in 1994 he decided that since those went so well, he'd try his hand at video games. And while a basketball game starring Shaquille O'Neal might have been fun, he decided to go a little outside the box, creating a martial arts fighter for the SNES and Sega Genesis. It's often hailed as one of the worst games of all time, and I had to try it out for myself. So let's see if it really is that bad in my mighty review of Shaq Fu. The game starts off with Shaq going to Japan to play in a charity basketball game when he stops at a martial arts store. The old man inside sees the star on his shirt and takes him for the fulfillment of a prophecy here to save a boy from another dimension. Very vague. He then tells Shaq to go into the portal that just so happens to be in the back room of his shop and save a young boy named Nezu and stop the martial arts master. Shaq's just like, alright, got nothing better to do. Hops in, and now we've got a game. So remember kids, if an old man tells you to get into the back room of his shop because you're the chosen one and he's going to take you to an alternate dimension, always say yes. Because what's the worst that could happen? You start out on the overworld and play a game of Find Shaquille O'Neal in this blotchy mess of a world map. Seriously, where is he? Oh, there he is. Jeez, I bet you Waldo's hiding around here somewhere too. Now you have to go about the different locations and fight enemies to collect information on the boy's whereabouts. My first match is against Voodoo. Really? Voodoo? Alright. Shaq, I thought doing unspeakable acts of violence to women was Kobe's job. Oh my god, these little pieces of dialogue are hilarious. Shaq's wagging his finger at her like, young lady, you are not going out in those clothes. And then he just goes right into beating the shit out of her. Ah well, I kick her ass and then move on to fight this old guy, Liotsu. Fighting this guy was when I first realized that the controls in this game are awful. You have 3 buttons that are used to fast punch, strong punch, and taunt. To kick, you have to press the start button to make the 3 buttons change to fast kick, strong kick, and shield. However, since the start button is used to switch button controls, that means the game can't be paused. Who thought of this? Shaq also has a projectile combo. Now you'd think they'd have them throw, I don't know, a basketball, but no, he materializes and throws a sword. Ugh, it's not like it matters much. It's practically impossible to pull off combos because of the terrible directional controls. You'll accidentally be jumping the entire time you play. And look how slow Shaq moves when walking. The only way to get around quickly is to jump. And when you jump in this game, you fly, making it hard to get near your opponent. You're also supposed to be able to block by pressing back on the controller at the right time, but it doesn't work. Of course, the computers have no problems blocking. The back controls aren't helped by the insanely difficult enemies. Remember the projectile combo I mentioned? The computers have them too, but they don't need to use this shitty control scheme, so they'll just keep firing them at you until you die. And you will die a lot in this game. Seriously, look at my fight against this old man. Luckily, I did find one strategy that will work all the time. Introducing the infinite wall of kicks. That's right, the AI can pull off crazy combos, fire projectiles, and be as dickish as they want, but they can't stop Shaq from shoving his size 13s right up their asses. Woo! Yeah! Yeah, give it to him, Shaq! I just realized we're kicking the shit out of an old man right now. So, moving on. I'll give the game this much. The character designs and backgrounds are nice to look at when they're not moving. Although, what's going on with Shaq's face next to his health meter? After beating the old man, I move on to... I didn't know there were 2 Aladdin games on the Genesis. I kick his ass and move on to this guy. Diesel. What kind of tool goes around calling themselves Diesel? Wall of kicks, he's gone. I then beat a rock monster and a goblin. It's funny when I win because Shaq always does this little dance. Once all the players on the first island are defeated, a cutscene plays in which a skeleton is raised from the dead and a bridge opens to the next island. Aw, sweet, do I get to fight a skeleton? That'd be awesome. Nope. Now I have to fight a furry, a bad RoboCop cosplayer, and a small child? Okay, Shaq, buddy, you want to have a fighting game? That's fine, but maybe go easy on kicking the shit out of old people, women, and children, yeah? Once those three are defeated, I move on to a demon, who I kick to death and then face off against Set Ra, Master of the Realm. Alright, no problem. Kick, 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 and wait, ow! No! Oh my god! He won! He defeated the wall of kicks! What do I do now? Guess I gotta train. Guess I gotta build up my skills. Be the best Shaq Fu player this world has ever seen! Or I can just mix in low kicks and done. Dead. I win. When you beat the game, Shaq takes the boy and the shop owner to his basketball game where, I shit you not, the demon is on the court playing basketball and waiting for Shaq. So that's Shaq Fu, and now that I've played it, it's time to decide. Are the critics right? Is this really one of the worst games of all time? Honestly? No. Don't get me wrong, the game is bad. Incredibly bad. But it does at least function. It may have gotten the most important part of a fighting game wrong, the controls, but the music is okay, the visuals are passable, and it actually does have moments of fun, even if it does come from the hilariously stupid cutscenes and dialogue. In fact, this game might be the Room of video games, a video game version of something that's so bad it's good, to get drunk to and play with a group of friends. That's why my final rating for Shaq Fu on the Sega Genesis is 2.5 Shaq Sodas out of 10. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's pretty damn close. And with this being the first game I've played that has a physical copy and got less than a 3 out of 10, I'm throwing this into the box of atrocities. All the games are the worst thing ever, and you will see it later when the box fills up. So I hope you enjoyed this review, I hope you subscribe to see some more, be on the lookout for next week's nifty recipe based on this game, and as always, have a mighty nifty day today.